Hi there, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Tegan Jackson and I used to be a Global Stew, still kind of am. I just quickly want to share with you what I put into the program, what I got out of the program, what I struggled with, what I learned, and how I grew. Right now I'm at BCIT in the nursing program and I just want to share with you how I got here.
It all started on the Sunshine Coast, in a place called Half Moon Bay. I was so lucky and blessed to grow up here surrounded by nature. Since I was a kid, I was immersed in an artistic, dynamic, environmental, and tight-knit community. I grew up learning about the Shishal First Nations and appreciating the natural world around me. No articles were taboo in school, and our current events classes were the stuff of the adult world. My parents always had tons of activist magazines lying around the house, magazines like The New Internationalist, Plowshares Monitor, Amnesty International. But you know what? I only ever looked at the pictures. They also went to protests. One that I specifically remember was when they went to protest at Nanoose Bay against the nuclear American submarines. They told my sister that they were going to go stick their tongues out at the bad guys. I also watched them both write many a letter to politicians over the years. But I was too afraid and thought I was too young to write letters. When I graduated from high school, I had no clue what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted whatever I did to benefit society and have something to do with social justice. So I worked for a year to pay my way to Tanzania with an organization made of two parts, Canadaires and Vijaliwa Vingi. This is the program creator and director Linda. She's been in my life on the Sunshine Coast since I was 8, and she invited me to the project to be a, quote, volunteer guinea pig. I taught English, dance class, helped with homework, walked kids to school, went to market, cooked, cleaned, did lots of other daily chores, including working with chickens and goats, and fighting forest fires with no water, but that's a whole nother story. These young people taught me more than I could have ever taught them. This is Msemwa, a man I owe my life to, and the guy who keeps the project together through all the ambiguity. Now back to this picture again. It was on this patio that I decided what I wanted to do with my life. I saw a child with hydrocephalus run by with some of his friends, and I started to get really emotional. I was so excited that a child with this disease was able to fight all the physical deformity stigmas in Tanzania, survive his youngest years, and have friends he could run and laugh with. But what made me so angry was the knowledge that the fluid filling the ventricles of his brain, slowly increasing his intracranial pressure that would eventually kill him, was easily treatable in Canada. But I knew there was no hope for him here in Tanzania, as I had learned that there was not a single pediatrician there. This is where I decided I wanted to be a nurse who also worked for social justice. I wanted to be able to bring healthcare to where it was needed instead of people having to try and find it, be it in rural Canada or anywhere else. I didn't want to single-handedly change the world, but I wanted to be a small positive addition, but I didn't know where to start. That's when I came to Capilano University. I started first on the Sunshine Coast campus, and then I moved to the North Vancouver campus. I started in sciences with the intention of completing my associate degree of science with a focus on biology. I accidentally fell into global stewardship. Literally fell. Seriously. I followed a free food sign after a summer psychology class. Free food signs lead to amazing things, people. I met Maureen, Cashel, Calvin, Sasha, so many others. I almost cried. I couldn't believe this program existed. It was everything I was looking for. Here was a course dedicated to understanding local spaces and the world at large, and not just from one angle, from political, economical, environmental, and humanitarian perspectives. How many programs can you take that incorporate presentations from various NGOs, volunteering, reflection, self-growth and self-discovery, leadership classes, exploration of cultural sensitivity, geography, basic economics, basic politics, math, philosophy, environmental and human biology, and languages. And what's more, they all intertwine with each other. Yeah, that's why I got excited, and I hit the books fast. I spent a lot of time here and here. Hugh was usually not too far away, and also a lot of time here, planning change pilots, an amazing experience. My teammates and I were pushed to our limits to create a weekend for school-aged children grades 10 to 12 to come and learn about local issues and provide them with an opportunity to become involved in their communities. We used networking to bring in a variety of speakers. Some led workshops on how to be a leader and how to find your own values, some on how to put together grant applications, and there was also a presentation about the Kinder Morgan pipelines from Forest Ethics, among many other presentations. We went on a nature walk with biology professor Paul McMillan from Capilano University, licked some slugs, grew closer together as a group and had way too much fun, and had late-night thought-provoking discussions. The passion these youth have is truly awesome. The purpose of the weekend was to inspire youth and to provide them with the skills necessary to present their own local social change initiative to a panel of judges for the chance to be awarded a startup grant. We did have 3 students apply for grants, and 2 are working together on one project. We have not heard that either initiative has taken off like other Change Pilots participants have in the past, but it was still an amazing learning experience for everyone involved. Teamwork! Along with creating programs from the ground up with teammates, I also started getting involved in school politics and volunteering. In the summer of 2014, I volunteered at Camp Good Times, a summer camp for children dealing with cancer and their families. I also volunteered at Lutap Farms. They have an awesome education program there that teaches elementary kids and their parents where their food comes from and what they're putting in their bodies. They plant the seeds, tend to the plants over the year, and harvest at the end of the school year. The pumpkin patch is so fun, and planting garlic with grade 1s in the rain is the best experience ever. In our business leadership class, our teams worked together to fundraise and plan an activity that would benefit our community. We decided to cook dinner for roughly 100 people for 2 nights at the Ronald McDonald House. It was a very different and worthy experience. Tim also taught us how to bring sexy back. Vámonos, amigo! Which brings me to Spanish. Never thought I would learn that language, but I'm excited I did. In all seriousness, Global Stewardship has pushed me into things I never thought I would do. For example, I'm volunteering at the Canadian Blood Services on so many different programs. I'm out in the community raising awareness for the need of blood donations. I'm doing What's Your Type events. I'm doing cord blood events. I never thought I'd be this involved. And you know what's really awesome is I'm writing letters. I'm going to protests. I'm speaking up and out to my government and to my country to speak out against things that I don't think are right, to advocate for things that I want to see changed. It's really been helping me in my nursing process over at BCIT. When working with patients, you need to be able to advocate for them and their families. You need to speak up against things in the system that you think are wrong. You need to have cultural sensitivity, and you need to understand the different socio-economic impacts on health. So here's to my stews, my crazy, fun-loving stews. You taught me to speak up for what I believe is right. You taught me to love life. You taught me to love Mother Nature and to be ridiculous. To have deep conversations and have potlucks, to love music, and to share. We've been through depressing situations together, but have come out on the other side. You're all beautiful, and even though we're all not still here, we'll always be in touch. A huge thank you to these 2 for starting the program and sticking to it, and to this wonderful woman, Maureen Bracewell, for being our mama duck, herding us through all the obstacles. We started this together and have grown and learned. Now it's time to see where this passport takes us. Thank you.